All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to my elder apostles, to my elder bishops, and to my elder teachers of great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect, man. All right, shalom. And in this lesson, I just want to touch on the fact of how the Lord is bringing these prophecies to pass. But you're going to have a lot of Jake that are going to be caught off guard because they're not hearkening unto the voice of the Lord, which is the prophets, man. Right? For some reason, Jake think they got forever and a day to get right. Well, I'll say it like this. Jake, they think that the prophets are going to be on the highways and byways forever. They think that we're going to be always uploading videos, and they can come and mock, at our videos or scoff and leave all these type of comments or whatever, or they might get on brothers' live streams and, they talk they shit or whatever, right? But that time is coming to where they ain't going to be able to do that because the Lord is going to ultimately, hide this truth, man. He's going to hide this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We are to see what these devils are doing, which ultimately is the Lord that's got them in the spirit to do these things to fulfill prophecy. But ultimately, the Lord got a spirit on Esau to where he's talking about coming against hate speech, right? Certain things you can't speak of regarding truth. So who do you think they're ultimately making these certain legislations? Who do you think they're trying to silence? Ultimately, they're trying to silence the prophets because we're bringing out the true, 100% truth about this devil. Now, sure, they're gonna stop these truthers and these insiders from leaking certain information and certain details, right? They're gonna, they want to silence them as well. But those insiders, they're not linking these small hats to the biblical Edomites. These so-called white, the so-called white race to the biblical Edomites. And first of all, we say so-called because no one is white, no one is black, right? When it comes to Esau, he's red because his blood shows forth through his skin, right? That's his curse, right? And when it comes to Israel, we're different shades of brown, from dark brown to light brown, and some of these other nations as well, just to put that out there, right? But nobody is linking, these people to the Edomites. And we mainly, when we bring these, when we make these videos about Esau, we're mainly speaking about the wicked elite, right? These elite banking families, man, so-called Rothschilds and Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Vanderbilts, the Warburgs, and so on and so forth, man. These elite banking families, the ones who are benefiting from the blessing from Genesis, the 27th chapter. Right, the blessing that was given from Isaac to Esau, okay, which he's currently living that blessing out right now, okay. But at the end of the day, they want to silence the prophets, so this truth is not going to always be accessible, man. Right? As a matter of fact, let me bring this out real quick, man. Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, right? Tarrying means to wait. If you hear this truth, man, don't wait around. Get this truth right now while you can, man, before it gets taken off of the internet, because that's what they're leaning towards, man. So soon it ain't gonna be no truth. You ain't gonna be able to hear this word, man, unless the Lord is dealing with you. Okay, okay. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So the Lord is in the process of getting ready to catch a lot of people off guard. A lot of people, they may know that something ain't right. These common people, they know that, it's certain people that are ruling the world. They get that to a degree, but they don't understand who's truly orchestrating everything that's going on. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're not linking to the men that they see on the highways and byways that's prophesying. They're not linking them to the true prophets of the Lord, man. Instead, they want to scoff and make mockery, so on and so forth. And that's going to be to their downfall because they're about to be surprised, man. Okay, they're in for a rude awakening. All right. So it says, let me read this part again. It says, "For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth," right? And we know that the Lord is going to use Esau on the left-hand side because that's his sword on the left-hand side to bring this wrath. Okay? These devils, one of their blessings was the sword. Man, they're about to unleash, man. Okay, so Jake is about to be caught off guard, man. They're about to be in for a rude awakening. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble. That's the times that we in, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, right? Let's bring that out real quick in Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And it's called Jacob's trouble because it's mainly going to affect you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, and you so-called Hispanics. All right, Israelites. It's mainly going to affect us. Now, of course, these devils, they don't care about their own people. They don't care about these other heathen nations. But they damn sure don't care about the Israelites. We're the number one enemy to these Edomites, man. And to all these other nations, man, just to keep it 100. But we're just talking about Esau. So you Israelites are going to mainly be affected by it. And guess what? You got Israelite foreigners as well, man. So you're going to have Israelites. So it's called the time of Jacob's trouble for a reason, right? And it's going to mainly affect you Israelites, man. Now, like I said, it's not all about appearance because you got Israelites that scattered amongst these other nations. But guess what? They're going to be affected as well, man. Okay, so this is the time that we in, man, the time of Jacob's trouble. You see? Now, let's go back. I believe I was in Sirach 5:7. So it says, "For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed." You got a lot of Jake that's comfortable. They feel secure. All you hear Jake talking about is, securing the bag, trying to secure a future in Babylon. Ain't no future in Babylon, man. This shit is over with. It's time to get with the program. You still got Jake out here voting because they're trying to secure their future. They want to make sure they got the right person in office that's going to help them be secure and all that. Look, man, when it comes to you Israelites, we weren't brought over here for no vacation, man. Okay, we were brought over here to serve a punishment. And that's why everything is coming out. All of the shameful spewing of this devil, that's why everything is coming out. And it's going to lead him because it's going to continue to piss him off. So it's going to lead to biblical prophecy, Revelation 12:12, which is biblical prophecy, coming down with that great wrath. Okay, let's grab that real quick, man. So these are the times that we're in, right? Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you." Right, the devil being Esau, Edom. Okay, the physical counterpart of Satan. Okay, and Satan, Shaitan, meaning adversary. The so-called white man is definitely the adversary of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Okay, "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Right, so he's about to come with that wrath. You see how he's talking about, DJT is talking about public executions and bringing back the guillotine and these certain torture methods. I was seeing this one report on how they're saying a lot of these ICE agents are buying up. Well, pretty much, the DJT, his administration, is buying these certain off-site warehouses, which they're going to use for their concentration camps, man, internment centers. Okay, they're like I said, torture camps. So this is the time that we're in, because ultimately this is the time of the Lord getting ready to bring his wrath, man. Okay, because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you so-called Hispanics, y'all just ain't right, man, and y'all refuse to hearken to the prophets. So guess what? The Lord is ultimately going to bring that ultimate judgment, man. Okay, so this devil, he knows that his time is short. And how is that? Because he's being revealed. This is the time for this devil to be revealed, man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and let's start at verse 6. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. This is the time for him to be revealed. So he's being revealed now. Okay, and now he's in the spirit to where he's ultimately showing his horns soon, and he's going to be more outlandish with it, man. Right? Look at the e-files, and you know what I mean by that, man. Okay, with the guy that had the island, the files that everybody's talking about. You know, we got to speak in code, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Look at all this information that's coming up, man. So they getting ready to shut this bitch down again, man. You know, they already talking about a new sickness, right? The NVIRUS. You know, y'all can go and look it up, right? So they need distractions, man, because it's too much information that's coming out on these devils, man, with the whole satanic rituals and the sacrificing, man, because that's really what's going on, and people are figuring it out, man. These people are beginning to understand that Babylon is being ran by satanic Satan worshipers, man. Okay, and ultimately it's just a left-hand priesthood, man. A Babylonian church. That's all Babylon is, man. Okay, a Babylonian church. Okay, and everybody's finding out. So they got ultimately they need a new distraction. Okay, so hey, look, this devil is being revealed ultimately via the prophets. This is why they want to silence us, man. You see, verse 7: for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed. The wicked, pursuant to Malachi 1:4, is Esau, Edom. Okay, they're the wicked, and they're the ones that's ruling right now. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so we're currently in his rulership, but we're at the end of it. So that's why you're seeing all of these things play out the way that they're playing out, man. And it's beautiful to see these things play out the way that they're playing out, because ultimately it's boosting our faith up even more, because we understand that Yahweh Shem Shai, his words are faithful and true. Okay, we know this is how we know that we have the truth. Okay, they're talking more and more. They're doubling down, tripling down about being adamant about these 15-minute smart cities and making everything digital, right? Just last night, I watched the Super Bowl, and a lot of their commercials was based around AI and so on and so forth, man. So they're showing you the direction that they're going in, man. Okay, so we're right here, man. We're right here at the end of this devil's kingdom. But right before it falls, man, we got to go through that straight gate, man. It's going to be very uncomfortable. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble, right? But we got to make sure that we're getting our minds right, because the whole gist of this lesson is, hey, a lot of Jake, they're going to be caught by surprise, man. They don't see what's going on behind the scenes, man. Okay, they're too caught up in the distractions of this world. You see? Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right? Via the prophets, man. Okay, this word is like a fire unto this devil, and it's consuming them. It's eating them up, man. So the only thing this devil knows how to do is to get carnal. Okay, so they're already writing it into legislations to where they can come and put hands on us and the people. You see, really going all the way back to 9/11, right? When they had the what came after 9/11, I believe it's called the Patriot Act. Okay, where they can deem anybody domestic T-Rexes. You know what I mean? And like I said, you got to speak in code, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, so this devil, he's in straits, but he's about to go out with a bang, man, literally. Okay, so and we're in that time, man, to where you're about to see that great wrath, man. And ultimately, it's all through the spirit of the Lord, man. The Lord is the one that's orchestrating all of this, man. And the Lord is about to catch a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and so-called Hispanics by surprise, man. All right, let's go back to Thessalonians. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. And let's go to the 5th chapter. We'll start at verse 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So the Lord is getting ready to catch a lot of people on guard, man. So this is the time right now to be paying attention to the prophecies, man. Okay, first and foremost, to be hearkening unto the prophets, right? Beginning with our elder apostles, our elder bishops, and our elder teachers on down, man. Okay, to be paying attention and get this word while you can, man, before it's too late. And I'm going to end off on Amos, the 8th chapter. But first, let me grab this. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, the 5th chapter, and the 1st verse. Nevertheless, as Salakia, 2nd Esdras 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which shall dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. We're about to see multitudes of people being put to death at once, man. We're about to see, we're truly about to see the wrath of the Lord, man. And it's going to be to the point to where the people are going to know that it's the Lord that's doing it. Okay? It's going to be death of biblical proportions, man. Okay? So the Lord is getting ready to instill his fear into the masses of these people, man. Okay? It says, behold, the days come that they which shall that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. You see that? So, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, this truth is not going to always be easily accessible. Okay, get this truth, like I read in Sirach 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, man. Get this truth right now while you can, man. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And letting you know there's going to be a time to where the Lord is not going to be able to be found. The Lord is getting ready to hire his prophets. We ain't going to be out there on the highways and byways forever, man. Prophesying, man. Okay. It's another scripture. Let me see. Let me see something. Ezekiel 3:26. Let me see. Ezekiel 3:26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Now, ultimately, you can use this scripture for right now to what's about to take place, to where the Lord is going to have it to where we're not going to be prophesying, man. Okay, this truth ain't going to be going out on the highways and byways anymore. You're not going to see brothers on YouTube because Esau is getting ready to take down brothers' channels, brothers' videos. That smear campaign is coming. Right, they're gonna deem us as domestic T-Rexes, right, so on and so forth. And it's gonna be too dangerous for us to go out on the highways and byways, man. So this truth is not gonna always be easily accessible. So for these people that's bullshitting around, soon they're gonna be in a pitiful case, okay? Because they're not going to understand what's going on and why these things are going on when all hell breaks loose, when we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, they're going to be looking for the prophets because they're going to know that we've been prophesying about this, but see, they ain't going to be built up. They ain't going to know what's going on because they've been bullshitting. They've been scoffing, mocking, talking all manners of shit, right? But soon they're going to find out that we've been that prophets have been among them. Let me grab that real quick. I think that's Ezekiel. What is that? Let me look it up. Is that Ezekiel 33? I think it's Ezekiel 33 and 33, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Ezekiel 33 and 33. It started at verse 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people. And they hear thy words, but they will not do them. Speaking about you 2/3, man. Y'all hear the prophets, man. Y'all be hearing what's being said via the prophets. Ultimately, it's the Lord that's saying it through the prophets, right? So y'all ain't gonna have no excuse. Even your favorite celebrities is coming out speaking about the Israelites. You got guys like Drewski doing skits on the Israelites, and you had other comedians as well, right? A lot of these podcasters are trying to get Israelites on platforms. Ain't no excuse, man. It's basically what I'm saying. There's no excuse, right? Everybody knows about the prophets. They know about the Israelites, right? It says, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them, being rebellious. For with their mouth they show much love. And this is for some of the ones who may say, yeah, y'all doing a great thing, the cheerleaders or whatever, right? They may know what we're saying is true, but they're not putting any action behind it, man. They just watching the videos as entertainment, right? But ultimately, speaking to the men, you're supposed to get built up and ultimately start teaching, right? And as for the women, you got to, believe, and you got to change your ways, man, to the best of your abilities, man. But you got a lot of Jake, they ain't trying to change. They want to continue to be on nigga time, right? They want to do their own thing. They want to have their cake and eat it too. It don't work like that, man. You see? So it says, for with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness, their own lust, right? Verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. Yet they watch us as, for entertainment purposes only. You know what I mean? Instead of them actually taking it serious and hearkening unto the voice of the Lord, they watch us for entertainment. We're not here for your amusement or for your fucking entertainment, man. This is deadly serious, and they're about to find that out they're about to find that out in a major way. Verse 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. So they're about to see, man. They're about to see that the prophets have been around them, amongst them the whole time. But soon it's going to be too late. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and shall not find it. So, hey, man, this truth is time sensitive, man. Get this truth right now while you can, man. Shalom.